organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Thanks for tuning in to another edition of Daily Iowan TV, your television news, sports, and weather source for the Daily Iowan. I'm Dana Davidson here in the Daily Iowan newsroom to give you a quick update about what's going on around Iowa City. With another record-setting freshman class, the UI is finding itself a bit overcrowded. This is particularly problematic during the lunch hour in the cafeterias. The Burge Marketplace is often overcrowded since many undergraduates have class on the east side of campus, but campus officials come up with a couple of solutions. Various grab-and-go lunch options have been made available, and the housing department has expanded its use of meal plans on campus.
The first day of school and the first week is usually the busiest because people don't know what times to go eat yet. So it was literally an hour wait when I could not eat because I would have been late for class and work.
Check out tomorrow's pages of the Daily Iowan for the full story. Many UI freshmen are brand new to Iowa City and are unfamiliar with their surroundings. Daily Iowan TV's Nick Betty has some tips for staying safe on campus.
Even though it tends to be an issue every year, the influx of students in Iowa City this time of the year means there are more people to be potential victims of property and other crimes. Break-ins and thefts are just one of the unfortunate realities in Iowa City. UI senior Morgan Craffle was one of the most recent victims of such an ordeal.
So basically, my roommate and I were just getting home from the store, and we were unloading our stuff, and we left our back door open because we have like a screen door and a door, and my purse and everything was sitting on the kitchen table, and the guy just came in and walked in and took my purse. I was in my room, and I just happened to walk out, and there he was, and I started screaming, and I chased after him, which probably wasn't the smartest thing.
Safety is also a major concern at many off-campus housing options. This apartment complex on South Gilbert Street is one example. Even though the door itself is locked, I'll use the key to my bike chain to unlock the door and gain entry into the building. Even though women are generally more likely than men to be victimized, the police advise everyone to walk in groups, stick to well-lit walkways and sidewalks, and carry pepper spray or a safety whistle as preventative measures that can be taken to avoid being victimized.
Travel in groups, you save your numbers. I know my mom told me that all the time. I'm like, yeah, but it's true. Like, my roommates and I always walk home together now. Just be aware of your surroundings as well. You can never be too careful, like I said, so just, yeah, better safe than sorry.
While the police will continue to do their best to keep everyone safe, each individual must do their part in watching out for themselves and for their peers. Nick Fetty, Daily Iowan TV.
Thanks for those tips, Nick. Downtown business owners may see an increase in their property tax if a proposed petition is accepted by the Iowa City City Council. A group of business owners are trying to organize a special tax district. Businesses in the downtown and north side areas would be taxed extra, and that money would be used for improvement projects to bring more traffic to the downtown. While some business owners have criticized the idea, there has not yet been an opposition petition filed. Check out tomorrow's pages of the Daily Iowan for a more in-depth look at this proposal. And now we go to Jake in the studio for sports.
All right, thanks, Dana. There's a whole new look to a whole new conference. We're just about a week and a half away from Big Ten football with the addition of the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Daily Iowan TV's Kate Constable takes a more in-depth look on that division split.
The conference split will place Iowa as a part of the Legends division. This season, each Big Ten team will play 8 conference games, but that number may increase in the future. Creating the two divisions with a competitive balance and maintaining a cross-division rivalry game for each team was top priority when splitting the conference. The Big Ten will protect some rivalry games such as Michigan and Ohio State, Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Illinois Northwestern. However, Iowa fans may be disappointed to hear that the Hawkeyes will not be taking on Wisconsin this year in the traditional rivalry game for the Heartland Trophy. Because there may be some confusion this season in the Big Ten between the leaders and the legends, the Daily Iowan has an expert to help clear up any questions we may have throughout the season.
There are a little bit of disadvantages and advantages. There's pros and cons to this, but you look at Iowa specifically, they're not going to play a team like Wisconsin every year now, who, that's kind of become a fundamental Big Ten rivalry over the last few years, and even longer than that. I mean, there's a trophy, and obviously that's not going to be a yearly battle for that anymore.
Hawkeye fans have a new season to look forward to this year with a whole new outlook on the Big Ten. Kate Constable, Daily Iowan TV, Sports.
The Black and Gold's first conference game will be October 8th when they visit Penn State. There's only 3 days left until the volleyball team opens up play at Carver Hawkeye Arena. Last season, the Hawkeyes only captured 7 wins with a young team, but now it's 1 year later and everyone has 1 more year of experience. I caught up with sophomore libero Bethany Yeager to get her thoughts on the upcoming season.
All right, I'm here with Bethany Yeager. Bethany, you have 1 year under your belt as a Hawkeye. What did you learn from last season, and how are you going to bring it over this year?
Last year I learned that Big Ten season is a long, tough season, but it's definitely worth it, and it's so much fun playing against the best teams in the nation. And we're ready to come out again this year and go hard.
Speaking of best teams in the nation, adding Nebraska this year, there's 7 teams in the preseason top 25. How is it competing against the best teams in the nation?
It's an experience. It's hard, but it's definitely worth it. Not many people get to experience it, so it's really fun and it's tough, but we're ready to go.
Now, you had a unique opportunity playing for Team USA this summer in Arizona. What did you learn from that experience, and how is that going to transfer over to being a Hawkeye?
My experience in Arizona was awesome. I got a lot of extra training in, and I learned a lot from my coaches. I learned a lot about my passing and defense, and I learned a lot about the team, so I can transfer team things into our team this year.
All right, great. Good luck this season. Bethany Yeager, thanks so much for your time.
My thanks to Bethany Yeager for taking the time to talk to us earlier. Now, there's only 2.5 weeks until the Cy-Hawk Challenge down in Ames. There's major controversy surrounding the new trophy, so much that it's being redesigned once again. For more on the Cy-Hawk Challenge, tune into Daily Iowan TV tomorrow night. That's your Hawkeye Sports Update. Dana, back to you in the newsroom.
And only with Daily Iowan TV can you get a sneak peek at the pages of Wednesday's Daily Iowan. Read more about email conversations between Governor Branstad and the Board of Regents. And read more about the loss of the infamous Magic Bus for the upcoming football season. And before I leave you, let's take a look at your local weather forecast for Wednesday. You can expect mostly sunny skies with a high of 91 degrees and slightly windy. Wednesday night should remain mostly clear and dip to about 59 degrees. And here's a look at your extended forecast. You will see highs in the mid to lower 80s for the end of the week, with a chance of thunderstorms beginning Friday night and continuing through the weekend. And for the start of next week, we will see temperatures dip into the high 70s with a slight chance of precipitation. And that's all the time we have for you for this edition of Daily Iowan TV. You can tune in on Wednesday at the same time or check us out on dailyiowan.com. Thanks for tuning in. For Daily Iowan TV, I'm Dana Davidson.